Assalamu alaikum grade 2 students. Hope you're doing well. This is week 1 of distance learning. Today is Tuesday, 24th of March 2020. We have science, topic 3, lesson 2, water on earth. Our learning intention is to identify where water is found on earth and describe characteristics of bodies of water. Success criteria. Number 1, I can identify, list, and discuss the water bodies found on Earth. Number 2, I can describe characteristics of bodies of water. And number 3, I can compare and contrast between lakes and glaciers. This YouTube link will show you all the bodies of water on the Earth's surface. Earlier, we have learned about oceans, seas, rivers, and streams. In this week, we will focus on lakes, ponds, and glaciers. Let's start with lakes. A lake is a body of water surrounded by land from all sides. You can see from the picture that this lake has been surrounded by land from all the sides. Some lakes are large, very deep, and cold all year round. Others are small and shallow and make great places to swim on hot summer days. Lakes are a body of water that shrinks as it ages. It means the size of the lake will become smaller. Most lakes are filled with lots of different kinds of fish. Most lakes are fresh water. That means we have some lakes that have salt water. People use lakes for swimming, boating, and fishing. Ponds. Ponds are similar to lakes, but they are much smaller and shallower. Ponds are great homes for fish. They can dry up if there were no rain. So when the lakes are very small, we call them ponds. Last not the least are glaciers. Glaciers are made up of fallen snow that over many years compresses into large, thickened ice masses. Glaciers form when snow remains in one location long enough to transform into ice. This YouTube link will show you and tell you more about glaciers. Click on it and watch it. Well, now we are able to identify and list the water bodies on the Earth's surface. Yes, they are oceans, seas, rivers, streams, lakes, ponds, and glaciers. Well, we know the characteristics of most of them. We can talk about them. Well, it's time to go to the third success criteria, where we will compare and contrast between glacier and lake. Shall I give you a few minutes to think about it? Let's say 30 seconds. In both, as a reminder, you have to write the similarities. Here you have to write the characteristics for glacier, and here you have to write the characteristics of lake. Yes, let's move now. The easiest one are the similarities. Both of them are very large bodies of water, and both of them have fresh water. But glaciers are solid water, where lakes are liquid water. Yes, lakes are deeper, but glaciers are large bodies of flowing ice. They move downhill slowly, where water in lake is wavy, and lake are fed with streams and rivers. Well, it's time to go through the second step, where we'll read this Elevate Science pages 90 to 94. You can open your book. Our main focus will be on page 93 and 94. Let's start with page 94. You can open your books and we can read together. Page 94. Lakes and ponds. Some streams and rivers feed into lakes. Most lakes have fresh water. There are also some saltwater lakes. Lakes are very large bodies of water that have land around them on all sides except where streams flow into and out of them. They are usually deeper than rivers. You can see waves when the wind blows on the water. Some lakes are called ponds. I'm sure you know when do we call the lakes ponds? Yes, true. When the lakes are very small, we call them ponds. Now let's move to page 93 and read about glaciers. Glaciers are very large bodies of flowing ice. They move downhill very slowly. They are solid water. Many glaciers start out as snow at the tops of the mountains. Glaciers form when snow stays in one place long enough to form ice. Glaciers pick up rocks and dirt as they move and bring them to different places. Do you remember what do we call this? When glacier moves the dirt and rocks from one place to another? Yes, we call it erosion. That's why glaciers are one of the causes of erosion, if you remember. The identifying part says write down 2 bodies of liquid water and write down 1 body of solid water. Liquid water can be ocean, seas, river, streams, lakes, and pond, where solid water will be glaciers. Well done. We are done with the book, and now let's move to the self-assessment and then the worksheet. Self-assessment. I have 4 multiple choices questions. You can think about them and we'll find the answer on the second slide. I'm gonna read it for you and then you think about the answer and we'll find out the answer together. Number 1, a student made a poster for the classroom. The poster is shown below. The student drew 4 pictures. So he wants to give it a title. What should be a good title for the poster? Fresh water, solid water, liquid water, or flowing water? Just look at the pictures carefully and see which one matches with all the pictures here. Are they all fresh water? Are they all solid water? Are they all liquid water, or are they all flowing water? Flowing water means it moves like river and streams. Yes, the correct answer is C. They are all liquid water. So the best title for this poster is liquid water. Number 2, which of these is solid water? Do you remember what was the solid water? Yes, solid water is when the water looks like ice. River, streams, ponds, and glacier. Perfect. The answer is glacier. Let's move to the third one. Manny is modeling where Earth's water is found. He pours different amounts of water into 4 containers. So I have 4 containers with different amount of water. Which container models the ocean? Container 1, 2, 3, or 4. So let's find the characteristics of oceans and then try to remember the characteristics and see the size and the amount of water in the ocean, and then we can choose the correct answer. Yes, number 1 is the answer, A. Why? Because ocean covers most of the Earth's surface. It's the largest bodies of water. Number 4, how could Manny make a better model for the ocean? So now he wants to model the ocean. Will he heat the water, freeze the water, make the water flow, or add salt to the water? Perfect. He will add salt to the water because oceans are salt waters. These are the answers that you have got. This is step 3 where you have to complete the worksheet. This worksheet is available with its answer key on Class Dojo. So print it and find the answer. It says match the word in column A with the correct meaning in column B. So I have all the bodies of water here and I have the definitions of them in the other side. So you have to match the word with the definition. Let's do a few of them. Let's start with the first one. Water that contains salt found in oceans and sometimes in lakes. So when the water has salt, we call it fresh water, surface water, or salt water. Yes, we call it salt water. Next, the whole body of salt water that covers most of the earth. Oh, okay. The body of water that has salt water and it covers most of the earth's surface. Yes, they are oceans. The third one, a large body of surface water surrounded by land. It's all surrounded by land. Perfect. It's lake. Once you have completed, then refer to the answer key to check if your answers are correct or no. These are few additional videos for better understanding. This one talks about lakes and ponds, and this one is a nice activity related to ponds and lakes. You can try it at home. Hope you learned and enjoyed the PowerPoint. Have a nice day.